This is Liquor and Woes. Liquor and Woes. Secrets and dope and music and reactions. Liquor and Woes. I said liquor and woes. Liquor and woes. Liquor and woes. Liquor and woes. Secrets and dope and a German talking bullshit. Liquor and woes. Fuck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And we're live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world. How are we doing today? This is Liquor and Woes. I'm Rob, and you guys are the greatest. You know it. Why am I saying good morning? Because it is 9:15 in the a.m. here. This is Liquor and Woes, and we're doing coffee and woes this morning because it just seems to suit the time, and it seems to suit the fact that I have another 345 days left in Liquor Exile. Things are going well. Doing my coffee. I mean, life's not much fun anymore, but shit, no, I'm just playing around. Of course, it's all good. Right. We are continuing down my list of suggestions from you guys. 16 as a whole were counted about a week ago when I kind of took a status quo of suggestions that had come in over the past couple of weeks. I think I am missing a couple of old ones from earlier days of the channel. I'll look back into those once we finished with these here. One disclaimer or one observation that I was made aware of yesterday in the comments. So in my document of 16 suggestions, I had the entry NF Remember This. I had it on there twice. Luckily, it happened yesterday or day before yesterday. So it came in as entry number 13, the one that actually, was chosen by the random number generator and entered by Karen Taylor. And as you can see here, and it's now colored a little yellowish, orangish, NF Remember This by Ima. And so apologies for not having noticed that. It was kind of copy-paste process of putting this list here together. It was not my trying to, manipulate the odds in the favor of the song Remember This. If I had wanted to, kind of manipulate the odds, I wouldn't have done this thing, period. I would have just went straight into Remember This because I want to do it, right? So we're going to stick with the list as is still. And it's just going to be the fact that number 9 and number 13 will both result in a redo, basically. So yeah, let's roll into this. We're doing the random number generator again. Feed it with the option of 1 through 16. And then you guys, of course, know what this video is going to be. You've seen the description. You've clicked on it. I don't yet, so this is exciting for me. Let's go. And drum roll, generate. Number 9. So speaking of the devil, right? Luckily, I did explain this beforehand, so we'll have to do a redo because it is Remember This, which has been done. Another drum roll. Number 3. Guns of Brixton, the big push. Holy yes, I am excited. I was very much looking forward to this one. So this was, amongst others, suggested by someone named Fine Art Dance. Thank you very much for interacting and suggesting this thing. I, of course, love the original. It's a Clash track. It's a classic UK, somewhere on the verge between punk, mod, style and stuff. Love the Clash. Love it, period. Also love, there's a German band. I think they're about the same age as the Clash, called the Toten Hosen. The Dead Pants, kind of. Weird band name, but yeah, funny still. Love them too. There was always there's this eternal battle in Germany, at least in the German punk, if you want to call it that scene, that the two bands that I'm going to mention now are in, which is always Die Ärzte versus die Toten Hosen. So in my days back in the day, when we were in our teens and actually pulling the freak over this kind of stuff, you could only be one. You could either be with Die Ärzte or you could be with die Toten Hosen. And then there's a third phenomenon called Böse Onkels, which is kind of out of the ballpark of those two bands, but you were either in that camp, or that camp, and they would not intertwine and mix and mingle, and they hated each other. It's gotten better. I think they've even played shows together now. But where are we taking this? I love the song Guns of Brixton. There's a lot of amazing versions to it, and that's why I kind of put a little reminder here. Maybe I could have y'all look into the cover versions that I also love a lot. It's probably going to add to the likelihood of this video getting blocked the more, content pieces I put into it. But we'll try.
And maybe we'll do it like we did with the Manu Chao bit, where I kind of ended my reaction to the song King of the Bongo, and then had like a little appendix. And should it get blocked over that, I would have been able to just cut that out and have the rest remain. Yeah, that's probably something we'll do. So Guns of Brixton, the big push. I'm excited. Let's hop over here. Guns of Brixton, big push. Yeah, and there's one that's on their original channel. And of course, we're going to be doing that one. Okay, let's check out whether or not there's any additional info in the description. It seems to be like England, for the time being, hasn't been hit as hard as other countries with the coronavirus, but it's predicted it will be soon. So last week we took the streets of Brighton for our last busk until everything is blown over. We will be self-isolating to ensure the safety of the old and vulnerable in our country. Oh, the old and vulnerable, as in a group of people. Gotcha. We love you guys. Stay safe. Wash those hands and keep up the community spirit. That's great calls. All hats off to that. Amazing. Being a good example. This and the rest of our busking covers are now available on Spotify. That's cool too. They get to monetize their shit and make a business out of the art. That's amazing too. So I don't think there's anything holding us back from getting into this. That's running. As always, look, we're going to go into this now. And as always, I'm going to let it ring for a couple and then take you off full screen. The Guns of Brixton. Looks like we're good. So I have to stop right here already because it's amazing how cool they made the intro, right? So the melody of is, of course, a low-end melody, but the bass is doing this along with the guitars, and that sounds pretty fucking nice. And they're in like hazmat suits? Or like these painter overalls? Funny, Romain here. I now know his name, Sir Sock. Mr. Are they also in fucking latex gloves? That'd be hard to play with. Oh, yeah, they are. Huh. We're going from the top because I was checking volumes, and you know I can't be doing many things at the same time. So let's roll again. Ren is on bass? Huh? He is playing the bass guitar today? Cool. And my man on the bass is back there strumming the acoustic guitar. The Western guitar. Huh. Do the old switcheroo here, right?
When they knock down your front door, how you gonna come with your hands on your head on that trigger of your gun? When the law break in, how you gonna go?
Sound-wise, I think the mixing is a little bit difficult here, but of course this is busking in the street, right? This isn't a studio recording where you get all tracks and kind of lace them down and fine-tune and do the final mixing and edit and everything in the studio. What I'm saying is the bass is, of course, driving this thing, and it's dominating it, and it should be. What I'm thinking, though, is that the chords that the acoustic guitar is strumming are coming in a little too low. This could also be a creative decision or artistic decision because, of course, the bass is visually here with the camera is way closer to us as the viewer than the acoustic guitar is. He's like 2 spots down, right? The original bassist, but now guitar player. Sounds like the bass has a little distortion to it, but all kinds of presence, right? It's very, very ploppy almost. When I say ploppy, what I mean is it is so close to the red, as in the peaks, that it gives you this. It sounds a little bit as if like a whip was being making this, and that's what it slaps, right? It sounds very, very compact and very, 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 very close to front. But I'm digging it.
When the law break in, how you gonna go? Struck down on the pavement or waiting on death row. You can't crush us, you can't bruise us. Bigger laugh to answer to. Whoa, the Guns of Brixton. Well, the money, it feels good, and your life, you love it.
That was beautiful again. That was beautiful again. Sorry. The emphasis on the whoa, the Guns of Brixton, and they all add up and harmonize. The whoa sounds amazing, and this is live, right?
You can't crush us, you can't bruise us. Bigger laugh to answer to. Whoa, the Guns of Brixton. Well, the money, it feels good, and your life, you love it well. Surely your time will come, as in heaven, as in hell.
Yeah, Romain, get it. Applause again here for horns even. For Mr. Romain coming in with and it sounds like this. There's this, of course, this is. I now realize I said it's a Gretsch copy by Epiphone, which is true. It's a semi-acoustic. It's not a White Falcon. It's nowhere near it. It's a BB King Blues model, right? I think, and he's giving it this sound effect of. It's not really delay, but it has a touch of it. So it's somewhere between reverb and delay that you get like a semi-second after the original tone that comes out of the amplifier. You get it as a slight little echo, and that creates this wow, 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 wow. It's awesome. It sounds really, really cool. Artwork-wise this time, of course, this is all handhelds, right? This isn't, serious cameras like Reds and Phantoms and everything on tripods or in dollies or whatever. But still, the video quality of the end result, amazing and just right for the format, right? If we would have this like with a fucking cinema cameras and like huge production behind it, but have them be in the street and try to bring across the vibe of street, it's not possible with too professional of an equipment. So right, it's like it's too perfect when you do it with the big time stuff. So that's exactly what you need to bring across this kind of vibe, and I'm digging it. I really am. Let's hear Romain again. That sound. With the bass sound that I talked about earlier, what I think is missing though is the lows. The 808s that get you bumping really. Of course, the rhythm still does that, the offbeat rhythm of the song itself. But if it had those low ends in the bass, I think it would, it just hits deeper. It just gets you in the field somewhere. But I'm an 808 person, so maybe it's just me. Typical musician phenomenon here, the SM58, the Shure microphone he sings into. It has those big ass indentations around the head. It's from falling onto the stage or from slamming into your teeth if you're unlucky enough. I've had that happen I don't know how many times, especially when you're me. I sing and play the guitar and hence can't be holding onto the microphone or the stand of the microphone, and I'm center stage up front and there's no security ditches at our shows. And of course, during the course of the show, at one point, somebody's going to slam into my mic stand and thereby slamming the mic into my fucking mouth. And if I'm lucky, I'm on a high part singing and have the entire microphone go into my mouth. If I'm unlucky and I'm just standing there smiling, it'll knock out a couple of teeth. It's happened. But I feel that fucking freeze frame here, I think is a good one for a thumbnail. Wait. Yeah, that's probably going to be the thumbnail here. And yeah, so I totally feel that. And it makes it so much more just, it's so relatable. It gets you closer to the artist you are seeing perform when you see these little things that oh shit, it always happens to me, or I have just that phenomenon, or things like this. My mics look exactly the same. Let's go.
And this game is capitalizing, like the end of the holiday camp. No need for any mercy.
That sign we've seen before, right? In the I Shot the Sheriff and Road to Zion and hip hop bit, it was sitting in front of the drum set as well. And this is so old school too. We were never a street busking band, but the phenomenon of let's get out in the street, perform for an hour, and just get the word out. This is using the mechanic of let's put a physical poster and handwrite even maybe something onto it. They took the time to at least print or maybe somebody actually sat down and did that with black ink. Anyways, what I'm saying is get your name out. And it's basically the only way of doing so, unless you want to be sporting your own shirts, which is I hate it when that happens. I also hate it when fans go to the show of a band of theirs and sport their merch. I just find it weird. I don't know. It seems a little culty. It doesn't matter. But this big sign and CDs for tenor, I love it. I love it because it's the grind, it's the hustle that we all are in, or if you're in somewhere of the music realm trying to make it, that's what you'll do, right? Or at least what you would have to be doing during the days.
They found him with a gun. Goodbye to the Black Riot. Hello to the Brixton sun. You can't crush us. Bruise.
By the way, I'm just now realizing this. We're getting a 4-piece, The Big Push. And I'm not sure if the person way back in this shot here who's playing the acoustic guitar is the regular bass player and we get an additional drummer, or if if the drummer is the drummer we've always had and we just see and the bassist is not with the band period, and we just get an additional guitar player that they kind of called in, hey, can you come and play the chords because I have to take over bass because bass is sick or whatever. Bass player, of course. It's weird. I don't think I've seen them as a 4-piece before. Not in the bongo, not in the Shot Sheriff. Oh, it's the first time for me at least. Let me know. Is this like what's behind this? Why are we 4 and is bass player missing and REN is taking over for him? And in the original setup, this wouldn't have happened, and we would have gotten REN on the acoustic and bass on bass as it is supposed to be. Or if this is actually a formation that was at one point a thing. Let's go.
Oh, the Guns of Brixton.
Ooh. Nice.
Original gangster. I be the hot stepper.
Murderer. Here come the hot stepper. Who is this? Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Indica Mose, right? Still loving like that. Love it. Bring it in.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer. You know me like you like that. I be the heartbreaker. I be the hot stepper. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. You know me like you like that. You can't crush us.
Nice. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Find a track that's in the same key and kind of insert it as a short little medley element or homage paying to whatever song you're doing. Awesome. We do that a lot. We have like a intermission piece that's not being sung, but well, it's being sung by the fans because everybody knows the song. So it's like it's 4 songs combined into one because they all go on the same chords. And that hits hard. And same here. He just brings that shit in. That's fucking nice.
boozers, but you'll have to answer to.
Note how Romain back here on the black guitar is only playing upstroke. This is a very a very offbeat instrumentation phenomenon, especially in ska music. You don't strum the guitar downward from the low string E to, the sixth one, if you count from above, the high E. That's what regular guitar sound will sound like. But here it's the other way around. You strum it from the bottom to the top and then mute it. So it's really just, it's more percussions or percussive than lead guitar strumming. And I love it. That's what I do all the time. And you can see it here. He's only stroking upward. There you go.
You can't crush us, bruise us, but you'll have to answer to. Oh, the guns are brighter.
Guns of Brixton. Everybody's gonna pull the freak. Look at all these hands go up. Yeah. Throw your fucking hands up, Brixton. That's cool. I love it. I love the hometown swag. I love it. I mean, represent, right? That's cool. I dig it.
Whoa, the guns are brighter. 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 Whoa, the guns are brighter.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Okay, yes, here we see him now. The drummer that I'm now seeing here does not look familiar. You know what? There was a four-piece, of course. Shot the sheriff. We get Romain, we get bassman, we get REN, and we get a drummer. I guess this is the setup then, right? And probably just REN and bass player switched instruments for this one. For what reason, we will never know. But of course, I was bullshitting when I said that earlier. That this is the first time I'm seeing them as a four-piece. That's just dumb. What the fuck? Anyway, song fucking rules. I love the song, so this is gonna have me. You had me at Guns of, right? So amazing. I love it. So I'm wondering whether or not I should go into a couple of other covers of this very song. I could check out The Gentleman. Let's go. This might work. Let's see if the sound quality is acceptable. Yeah, this is going to be okay because this is a TV show production. All right, this is the band I spoke of earlier, die Toten Hosen. Oh, they have been around at least 40 years. 40 years. I am 44, and they have been around 44 years at least. Singer Campino, they're all from a German town, Düsseldorf. They are very, very grassroots punk from way back when. Also troublemakers at a certain phase of their lives. Have somehow managed to continuously stay relevant throughout the entire course of their career. Have had tragic loss lately of band members. I was one, like I said earlier, there was a time when you had to be in either that camp or that camp. You could be with die Ärzte or you could be with die Toten Hosen. So when I came into this whole music game, I was on the Ärzte side, I will say it. I did somehow sneak over here every now and then, like in a dark room where nobody could see it down in the basement, because you can't really do that. But yes, I did sneak down there and listen to a couple of Hosen albums, and they took me over at one point. So I eventually left the Ärzte camp, headed over to die Toten Hosen. And if you ask me today, which one was yours, I would probably have to answer Hosen. We also cover a Toten Hosen track when we play live. And this is their version of Guns of Brixton. And it is featuring Gentleman, who is together with people like Peter Fox and Seed, is one of the most influential, if not biggest, artists from the world of roots reggae, dance hall, and really, Jamaican influenced sound system music. And when they put this little bit together here, it fucking took off because it's awesome. So let me expose you to this other version of Guns of Brixton by German artists, Die Toten Hosen featuring Gentleman. Let's go.
When they kick at your front door, how you gonna come? With your hand on your head, on the trigger of your gun. When the law break in, how you
Obstructs.
gonna go? Shut down on the pavement, or waiting in the road.
You can crush us,
You can bruise us,
but you'll have to answer to
the Guns of Brixton. The money feels good, and your life you like it well. But surely your time will come, as inevitable as you will.
like that. Here he is, Gentleman.
Only confusion. While you are walking at the valley and the station, me say no skylark. Just the shadow of them. So we are living what we living, and we let them a wonder. And can come, yes, we know we put them asunder. The highest mountain, we shall come over. I feel like them no say no, we did no surrender. You can crush us, you can bruise us. Yes, even shoot us. The Guns of Brixton.
Ooh. Did you hear the fuck up there? The timing fuck up? Here. Bass hit, drum hit was missing. Guns of Brixton. So why is no one going off here in the audience? This is a TV show recording. We saw Stefan Raab at the very start of this video here, who was like a big-ass primetime Saturday night TV show host here in Germany. And I think the people that are here are not here for them. They are here for some sort of lame-ass TV show. And somebody decided to book Die Toten Hosen for it. The Guns of Brixton. The Guns of Brixton. Yeah. So that was that. But let's get back to the original video and leave a like for it, of course, because that was fucking amazing. And yeah, roundup of it. What I mean, you saw me react to it. You know, I will probably dig stuff like this, and I do. I love it. I love the version REN and his band, the Big Push, made out of it, and the flexibility of him just picking up the bass when he is the one responsible for the lead melody and carrying the song through presence, through, the singing, through giving people the aspects that make a cover, being you fucking emphasize everything that everybody can scream along to, right? And he has all those jobs. He has to be the entertainer. He has to be the eye candy. He has to be the one that doesn't forget the lyrics. He has to be the one doing the foundation of the music as well by doing the bass part. And that song lives off of the bass part. And he did an amazing and awesome job of that. Same goes for the rest. I think the mixing could have been a little crisper, a little, more balanced. But the rawness of it, on the other hand, gives it this rawness that a street busking gig just has, right? It's not perfect. It's not, mixed to perfection. It's raw and rugged, and I love it. That rhymed. Wow. Bars. yeah, please do keep the suggestions coming of whichever shape, form, or background. If you do think that I may be enjoying it, or it may, surprise me by whatever thing it has, please do not hesitate to leave a comment and suggest your wish. Speaking of leave, please leave a like, leave a sub, leave whatever constructive criticism or feedback you may have. And I hope to see you guys on the next one.